They've been choosing their new president at the European Parliament. Very soon, Brexit will go right back to the top of the agenda. One of either Boris Johnson or Jeremy Hunt will become the UK's new Prime Minister, and both men say they're prepared to take the UK out of the European Union by the end of October without a deal. As it stands, the European position remains that everything will be done to protect Ireland from being destabilised in that event.
We are very firm in supporting the fact that we want to safeguard the peace process, we want to avoid the hardening of the border, and we want to respect and safeguard also the integrity of a single market.
But how? Hunt and Johnson both suggest they would get around the issue of customs checks at the Irish border by simply waving goods through towards the UK. But things like food travelling into the EU the other way would have to be checked to ensure it all meets European standards.
There's only so much you can do.
And that puts Ireland in an impossible position. It cannot carry out those checks without customs posts. That means a closed border, potentially instituted by Ireland, and in breach of the peace process it has sworn not to destabilise.
You're going to be left with a chaotic situation because you're going to have a border with 100 crossings which can't be manned overnight. And secondly, what are the consequences for the peace process? What are the consequences for trade? There's, for instance, dairy products go up and down 6 or 7 times across the border before they actually go to market. That won't be allowed to happen, for instance. So the consequences are enormous.
The realisation of this is dawning here, with several European countries now asking Ireland how it plans to square the circle. There is no answer. There is a genuine and growing concern both here and in Brussels that the language being used by both Boris Johnson and Jeremy Hunt is having the effects of forcing Ireland into a corner. The UK can say all it wants about having a no-deal Brexit and keeping the Irish border open, but that is not a luxury available to Ireland. The position taken by both Hunt and Johnson is echoed by the Brexit Party, which maintains a simple insistence that everything will be okay. It is now setting the agenda for the ruling Conservative Party.
Nobody wants a border, and therefore a border won't happen. I think the whole thing was a hoax just to get in the way to create another blockage for Brexit, and I just don't think it'll ever happen.
Unless the UK Parliament stops them, the position taken by either Hunt or Johnson puts the European Union's back against the wall. Ireland will soon find out if it still has the unswerving support of the EU. Laurence, Al Jazeera in Strasbourg.